This advert has.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium where the WAFU Zone B under 20 girls are being played. This is the last round of matches in Group B. Ghana has already qualified with Benin. And then these two teams, Nigeria and Burkina Faso, have already qualified. But we want to see who tops the group here today and then who meets who in the semi-finals. It's between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. My name is Nafisa Fatal and I'll be doing this with Prince Annan. Legend, good afternoon.
Hello Nafisa, I hope all is well.
All is well. Is the WAFU Zone B girls being played? 7 countries, at least the semi-finals is being set, but we are just left with the pairings and then we'll see how it goes. Today's match is going to be played simultaneously, one at the Pajo Park at the KNUST, and then the final round will be played here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, so we know who. But already those playing at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium have already made it through to the semi-finals. Prince, we are here, last round of matches, Nigeria, Burkina Faso. What do you make of them?
Thank you very much, Nafisa. It's a very tough encounter if you ask me. The pedigree of Nigeria almost always precedes them at any level, under 17, under 20, under 23, and then of course the ladies themselves, the Super Falcons. We've seen these two sides play 2 matches already and they've showed their class. In fact, there's a little bit more to differentiate in terms of the Nigerians than the Burkina Faso team. Look at the amount of goals the Nigerians have scored so far. 13 goals, and it tells you that they are potent up front. The Burkina side has also managed to claw back some pride, 10 goals to their credit. And it tells me that we are in a game this afternoon to see the best of defending, because both sides would want to continue their onslaught in the competition by conceding less goals. Which of the defense is more solid is what we are going to look at today. As for their potency up front, it is clear. They've shown that they know how to score the goals. There are 2 ladies already who are both on a hat trick and a brace, and so we're going to see a continuation of what that would happen as well. The first 2 matches gave us a very good opportunity to weigh the options of the 2 sides, their strengths, their weaknesses. We saw the Nigerians in action, we've seen the Burkina team in action as well. And it also tells us that you can't separate the 2. First of all, they are 2 top nations when it comes to West African football. Take Ghana out of the equation. The Nigerians are there, the Burkina Faso are there. Earlier on, if you remember, on match day 1 or match day 2, I did mention the fact that the Burkina team has enjoyed a blend of some home training as well as support, not only from CAF but from FIFA as well. Now this support has gone across the length and breadth of Africa, and it looks like the Burkina Faso team are really taking advantage of it. Again, if you take a look at their team, they seem to be a very young squad, which means that they may not be eyeing glory for now. But give them a couple of years, they should almost always be able to rub shoulders with the likes of Ghana, with the likes of Nigeria, the likes of DR Congo, and to some extent the likes of the South Africans. So clearly this competition for me has given us a very good opportunity to observe women football at the under 20 level. It gives us a fair idea what the future looks like.
Okay, that's a fair idea of what the future looks like. We've been waiting for this competition for a very long time because mostly, if it's not the World Cup qualifying, you don't see the under-20s in any form of competition. So at least we give thumbs up to CAF for organizing this tournament to keep our young girls busy in terms of the under-20 level. Yeah. Looking at these 2 teams who are playing at Pajo today, that is Togo and then Niger. What do you make of them, and then what do they even bring on board? Do they even have any kind of intention to play this tournament, or they were just being forced into this tournament?
Well, it will be difficult to answer that question, whether they had any intentions of participating in this competition. But there's one thing I'll tell you, and one thing I'm very sure of. CAF, and by extension FIFA, in its elaborate plan to help develop the women's game, has thought it wise that, look, let's start from humble beginnings. So we are looking at the under-17s, we're looking at the under-20s. Like you rightly said, we may not see the under-20s in a lot of action especially on the African continent, unless they have to start playing for qualification to the Under-20 World Cup. And I must say that Ghana has done well in that regard, has made a lot of positive appearances at the Women's World Cup Under-20 level. We may not have progressed to certain levels, but it's still work in progress. For Togo and Niger, one, they are out of the competition, but they came in with a lot of promise. Fans who gathered here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium were quite elated at, especially the Nigerians. They came virtually empty-handed. But after playing a friendly international against Ghana's Under-20 team, they may have picked up 11 goals, but in the competition, they've limited the goals that they have conceded, which means that even within a very short time, they've been able to pick up some amount of progress. The Togolese, on the other hand, just like the Nigerians, are also picking up the paces. They are not a known powerhouse when it comes to women football in Africa. But again, given the exposure that they have both enjoyed at this level, CAF is also looking at, and especially WAFU Zone B, is also looking at how can we establish a developing feature, a developing program for these countries, the likes of Togo, the likes of Niger. I'm sure there are other countries who, when they had the opportunity, would have come, but for the mere fact that they are not members of Zone B. Zone A also has this caliber of teams, and I'm sure that, Nafisa, if we give ourselves between now and the end of the season, and probably next year, we would find total development in countries who hitherto are struggling against the big guns.
This is what we are looking for, and we hope it comes into limelight for the Under-20, the youth team, as I will call, because Under-17 is the Under-20 is there before you can progress to the senior national team of the ladies. These two teams, Togo and Benin, are yet to score a goal in this tournament. Maybe you might see that one in Pajo today. Only time will tell. But Nigeria and then Burkina Faso have really made a mark on the for their country. You can't say anything, because I was surprised by the level of in which Burkina Faso played or came through this tournament. I was surprised. They are the surprise, and if you ask me, it's my personal opinion. I don't know for others, but Burkina Faso has really lifted up their game, and today they will be tested against Nigeria, who is a giant when it comes to West African football. Yet yesterday, I'll go back to yesterday a bit, because our team, our national team, the Princesses also struggled, even though they scored 3 goals. They were wasteful. That we're thinking, if they could put up a little bit energy, I don't know whether they're underrated. Cote d'Ivoire, I'm not too sure, but maybe the coach should be able to answer that. Looking at them, 6 goals, conceded 1, not bad. But meeting each of this side, Burkina and then Nigeria, this is where they'll be tested. What do you make of it if you are meeting any of this side?
Well, should we meet either Nigeria or Burkina Faso, I would simply say bring them on. Once you're in a competition and you know you want to do well, excel in the competition, you are going to be playing against the best teams. Yeah. And if any of the teams, be it Burkina Faso or Nigeria, claim to be the best, the Princesses are waiting for them. Yes, we struggled against La Côte d'Ivoire, and I am sure that Coach Basigi had enough talk with the girls already, how wasteful they were in front of a goal. A lot of people were expecting an avalanche of goals. But you see, when it gets to competitions such as this nature, getting as many goals as you would wish or want sometimes becomes very difficult. And again, let me take our viewers back to the rivalry between Ghana and Nigeria at the senior level. The Black Queens, for example, struggled to beat Mama Elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire, both in Makori and at the Accra Sports Stadium, on their way to qualification for last 2 editions of the Africa Women's Championship. Yeah. It tells you that, again, the Ivorians, who hitherto we had not heard of them, had started growing something. They have started nurturing the ladies. I'm sure that nurturing process is going to be transferred onto the Under-20 level, and not only for the Côte d'Ivoire, but it is for the teams like Niger, the teams like Togo. Nafisa, give them a year, 2 tops, and get them into active competition. Create an atmosphere of a lot of positivity in terms of football action. and you would see them grow. Nigeria and Ghana seem to have taken that nose lead simply because we've got active women's league. We also have made it a due effort to pick up the young girls from the school and colleges level. So again, it tells you that an effort has been made by others. Others are yet to follow.
Others are yet to follow. Who are the countries who are gradually picking up their youthful football in terms of the ladies or the girls, as we see? Today, we are here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. As I say, these two teams have already qualified, but we are yet to see who tops the group. Is it going to be Nigeria or Burkina Faso? These two are yet to be tested because they haven't conceded in this tournament, and we will see which of these two will be first to concede a goal here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. This is where we will know where the loopholes are within the zone. They are going to explore it. So I know definitely Ghana will be seated to watch carefully so that any of them that meets will be the. Your last final words before you leave, because it's a KG encounter here.
Tough encounter it is. First 45 minutes will give us a fair idea which of the two teams will come into this game with a superior advantage. Nigeria have more goals than their Burkina counterparts, and so definitely their potency up front is quite sharp. But let's see how technically the two teams are in terms of their performance in the first 45 minutes. It will give us a clear opportunity to see which team will top the table.
Okay, clear opportunities to see who topped the table. Is it going to be Burkina Faso or Nigeria? So this is how the teams will be taking a shape here. Nigeria yet to concede, scoring as many as 13. And then it's going to be Burkina Faso that have also scored 10 and also yet to concede. So it's another KG encounter here. But who knows? If you don't want to meet Ghana, this is how you will have to play for. And then this is how it's going to be like. We'll be going straight to the locker rooms to see which players or how they will be appearing on the pitch. So this is the home team, as I would say, Nigeria Football Federation. And then this is the captain's armband. And then this is how it's going to be Nigeria with the colorful JC light, lemon green, and whatever you call it, Cora. Okwe, number 10, is also in there for your Bello, number 7. Sebastian are also in there. And then Ame is also there, number 4. So all these things will be playing. But Ajakai, who is the top goal scorer in the tournament, having 4 goals, will be also on pitch. We have Kalu and then Oladipo in there, and then neatly dressed up. This is how they arrived at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium with a VIP bus. This is how the Nigerian team arrived. It's not by mind that is written as in front of the Nigerians, and then this is how they arrive with all smiles dropping down from the bus. So you see them, giants, as you see them under 20. They are well built, physical. They are physical, as you can see them dropping down with the height. And then this is what I love about Nigerians. When you see them, they have the body, they have the height, and they are strong. Physically, you can't take anything away from them. So Burkina Faso is also on the line. This is how Burkina Faso will also be turning up onto the pitch. Yes, we have the number 16 there, which will be coming up onto the pitch. They are also in green or dominant green with the red and yellow star on the shirt for you with a bit of white. So it's going to be green and a green turf as well. So this is how Burkina Faso will be also coming on the pitch with. This is how they also arrived here at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, Baba Yara Sports Stadium. So they are also dropping down from the bus happily, and then it seems to be calm already. They have already qualified, so there's no need for them to be tensed up. So they are enjoying the atmosphere, coming down gently and quietly, calmly, and then they will be facing another giant in West Africa, that is the Nigerians. Nigerians have quite progressed into the West African sub-region. When we talk about the under-20 level, they have seen it all when it comes to the under-20 World Cup qualification, as long as with Ghana. But this is how the two teams will be. This is Nigeria doing their warm-ups, their goalkeepers, and then healthy physically and they are happy doing the warm-up, making sure they are fit. But we'll be seeing a lot of changes in this team because they've already qualified. So at least both of the substitute will be tested today and see how they also have a kick of the tournament as the WAFU Zone B U-20 Girls Cup first edition or maiden edition, and Ghana is the host. Is Ghana going to be host and win, or who picks it up? So far we have seen Burkina Faso and then Nigeria pulling up surprises and then their weight. We'll see after the semi-finals who makes it to the finals. Nigeria with their warm-up shirt. I love the colors. Not that busy, but I love the deeper green or army green or forest green with their shorts coming up with the lemon green hose matched to it. Already qualified, so everything makes it simple for you. But the goalkeeper's eye in all blue shorts will be matched down, and all is going to be well. Interesting fixtures. CAF has really pulled up to test our youthful football, making sure it goes well so it can be transformed into our senior national team. So the under-20 are being kept busy, at least with competitions, to find themselves good enough to progress to the senior national teams. From the under-17, you move to the under-20 and then to the senior national team. This is how CAF is making sure the youth football and the girls also progress. So yes, we are at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. The last match of Group B is being held simultaneously. The other one between Togo and Niger is being played at the Pajo Park at the KNUST Circle or Pitch or Park. That is where the other match will be played. But all the same, as I said, Nigeria, Burkina Faso already qualified. So in the top goalers chart, we have Ajekai Opeyemi of Nigeria scoring 4 goals. And then we have Kabri of Burkina Faso 3 goals. Yesterday, our own Murphy Anyame also scored the 3rd goal, also coming up in there at that. So we have 3 players, 2 having 3 goals each, and then Esther Opeyemi Ajekai is the top goal scorer at the moment with 4 goals. 2 goals are so many of them. Sebastian has also 2 goals. Stella Nyamiche has also 2 goals. Bello has also 2 goals. So we have a couple of them that will be seen. I guess we have also the Burkina B team. As many as 10 goals, you'll be having them in the Nigeria 13 goals not conceded. Warm up of the Burkina Bees. Yes, this is the Burkina Bee. They are also fit, strong. When you talk about the physicality of this team, they have the strength, they have the power, they have the pace. I saw them when they played against Togo here last weekend, last Sunday, a week today. So these are the goalkeepers, making sure they are 100% fit or more than 100% fit, to make sure they still keep the clean sheet that they have started. So far, none of the goalkeepers have been tested. Nigeria yet to concede. Burkina Faso yet to concede as well. Nigeria beats Burkina Faso by 3 goals. So it's 13-10. So you can see them having fun here. Much more like netball or rugby. This is how it goes on. Okay, so time is up. We'll be going straight to Prince Anand to take us through the next 45 minutes.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Babayara Sports Stadium, where we're bringing you our continuing coverage of the Ghana 2023, talking about the WAFU B Under 20 Girls Cup. And it's actually ongoing here. Two teams who have already made their way to the next stage of the competition, that's the semi-finals. Nigeria and Burkina Faso are at loggerheads. Both sides, as I said, have made it to the next stage of the competition. And this afternoon, we're going to see who tops the group and who gets to play which team. Don't forget, in the other group, that's Group A, Ghana have inched their noses into the semi-finals. And so this afternoon, we're here to see which of the two under-20 teams would make it to the next stage of the competition. We've got one Anglophone and one Francophone country. Fans are here in their numbers to witness the best of African women football at the under-23 level. It's WAFU Zone B Under-20 Girls Cup Ghana 2023. Match officials would lead the two teams onto the field of play.
National teams of Nigeria and Burkina Faso.
And it's the Nigerians resplendent in their white and green combination. The Burkina Faso team is coming in with the green tops over the red shorts. Of course, national colors here on display. The Nigerians, look at the look on their faces, tells you how stern and serious they're taking this game. But of course, the Burkina Faso have also cemented some amount of authority in this game after playing 2 matches and scaling the hurdle with ease. So the two teams are on the field of play, and we're just about getting ready to bring you the rendition of the national teams of the two countries.
Let's keep standing for the national anthem of Burkina Faso.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national du Burkina Faso.
rendition of the Burkina Faso national anthem. And so both sides would exchange the pleasantries. The match officials are also just about getting ready. We'll take a look at the two sides and the kind of tactical approach they have for this game. And of course, we'll also be letting you in on the match officials who are going to be handling this game. So here we go with the Nigerians. They've got Bakari in goal, in Bechi, that is. And then Ogbuchi and Oladipo will stand in front of the goalkeeper with a lot of runs from Ohai Gulem and Ajani on the flanks. Onyene Zide and Chinyere together with Afolabi will be in contention in midfield as they push forward the likes of Osigwe, Bello, and the top goal scorer for the tournament, Aja Kaye. So the Nigerians are coming in tall and hardy. We'll take a look at the opponents, Burkina. But before then, we'll take a look at the pleasantries and, of course, officials for this game. We've got Ido Kindet as the referee. Our first assistant is Indeko. Giara Bio is our second assistant. And Rita Amabuateng in Cancer is our fourth official. So, official toss. And we get to know who's playing where. And that's the Burkina captain, Alimata Belem, in the number 12 jersey. And of course, the Nigerian opponent, Oluchi Ohai Gulem. And she has a lot of extra strength. We saw her in the first two games, particularly Nigeria's first game against Niger, in which they won by 7 goals to 0. Burkina Faso are coming in with Fautimatu Wadrago in goal. Kabori and Belem will be the strong force in the heart of defense, with Sanu and Kabori joining the attack. Kabre Keitega and Helbi will be marshalling forces in midfield, where they'll be supporting the likes of Wadrago and Nayaga up front. Very young Burkina Faso under-20 team, but they've showed a lot of promise in the competition so far. Here's Christopher Danjuma Musa, the head coach of the under-20 team. He says he's got so much belief in the team. He feels that they've gathered a lot of experience, but how are they going to fare against a Burkina Faso team which is led by Pascal Sawadogo? And again, he is also known as a very shrewd tactician when it comes to the women's game. And we can only hope and believe that things will go well for both sides. Okay, so Nafisa Fatah will be joining me in commentary position as we take a look at the first 45 minutes of the game. Burkina Faso calling onto their Lord to give them extra strength. Nafisa, just before kickoff, what's the expectation?
We are expecting a good side here, because both of them are yet to concede a goal, and then we'll see when their defense is being tested against with the goalkeepers as well. So definitely it's all green pitch, green field.
Okay, so the Nigerians get us underway. They're playing from left to right, and it's the first 45 minutes that we're going to be ushering you through and in. Ball kept in play there, and it's going to be the first form of attack for Burkina Faso, but they give the ball away very easily through the middle. And one of the driving forces for the Nigerian team is that they are not scared to take the game to their opponents. Well, let's see how daring they will be in this game. And that's Adeline in your shot, walking out. One of those fringe players for the Burkina team, giving away the first free kick of the afternoon to the Nigerians. Onyene Zide is behind the ball, and that's the goalkeeper, Fauziatu Wedrago. Like Nafisa said earlier on, both sides are yet to concede in this game, and so we are going to see a lot of technical and tactical acumen in their defense setup. Here's the free kick to the Nigerians. It's the first of the game, and this is Esther. Drills it in. Fauziatu failed to save first time. Luckily headed away. Not too clear though this time. Fauziatu Wedrago to the rescue.
That's it. You see the height and then the strength of the goalkeeper tells you that at the first incursion, you shouldn't be, your judgment or your first touch or your decision has to be clear. You don't need to make mistakes to be punished.
Well, she nearly made a mistake there, but she gathered up nicely for that. Advantage will still stay with Burkina Faso. It's just the first minute gone, but they've given us clear indications, especially the Nigerians, of wanting to get a goal in this game. Don't forget, both sides have qualified to the semi-finals. We're only looking for who places first and who places second. Long ball in is captured nicely by the Nigerians. Recovered nicely and sent all the way back by Alani. Alani all the way to goalkeeper Ngbechi. Through the middle now, the Nigerians would come forward cautiously, I might add, because the Burkina team has also showed us what they can do. It's an incursion by the Nigerians, looking dangerous on the left-hand side of attack. They pick up their first corner kick of the afternoon.
This is it. This is Esther for you, the top goal scorer of the tournament. If you look at the pace and the way she runs, she's a goal poacher, so no wonder she's making the first incursion to make sure it leads their team into victory.
First corner kick for the Nigerians. Behind the ball is Oluchi. Sets it up and then the cross comes in deep and thick, but is headed away nicely by Helby. Doesn't go too far though. The Nigerians pick up. Burkina surrounding the Nigerians in their quest to come forward. This should be a very good tackle. Nicely done and cleared away by Kabori Adeline. Burkina under 20 are yet to put Ngbechi under any form of stress. The Nigerian goalkeeper, that is. Cleared out nicely by the captain, Oluchi. Good ball control in midfield. And they've got the fans here to also give them the support. And we'll be telling you a lot more about how important this game is. Not only to the fans, but especially to the Ghana under-20 team, the Black Princesses. They could be facing any of these two.
Yes, so this is where our interest lies. And then if you look at these two strong teams, when you talk about them, Burkina Faso, as I said, they've caused surprises in this tournament. I haven't seen Burkina Bay, their youthful team, even under 17 level to under 20 level, play as this fluently as we are seeing them today. Given Nigeria the tough competition, Ghana should be wary about them.
Afolabi gets attached to the ball and then she sprints into open space up ahead as the Nigerians would come forward slowly but surely. Alani once again, good play. Back to Alani. Afolabi waiting in the middle, but she doesn't get to the ball. Picked up nicely by Burkina. It's now the turn of Florentine to come forward. It's a strong run by Burkina Bay. And this is the first incursion up ahead. Still have the ball though. Trying to create the space, but she needs support. It's cleared out by the Nigerians. I thought that was a very fair tackle. Referee thought otherwise, and it's the first advantage of a free kick to Burkina.
And yes, this is what they've been looking at for. They defended deeply, and once they've got the ball, they make sure the pace and the strength, they make sure they give a pass, and then Nigeria were caught one ball watching when it got to that time. Foul for...
Strong run there by Adele. There she is in your shot. She's showing that she's got upper strength. Ball will be formed, directed nicely by goalkeeper Ngbechi. First opportunity coming the way of Burkina under 20. The captain is behind the ball. Alimata. She will leave it. She picks it up. She drills it in. Not too far from the target though, and again it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, good opportunity for the Burkinabes. They are trying to make a clear incursion that they are not here to sleep, but they are here to also make an impact in the game.
It's just the first 5 minutes of the game, but boy, it looks like we've already played about 15 minutes. Tells you how exciting the game is and how exciting it's getting. Afolabi lays on the pass now. The Nigerians looking confident as they come forward. Oluchi sending it all the way back. One of the distinguishing features of this game, especially the build-up, we'll see how technically gifted these two sides are. It's a long ball looking for danger. Burkina will come out unscathed. Through the middle now. And it's that young lady, Cabre, once again. This time, it's a bit too strong for Florentine to get to the ball. It's gathered nicely by Oguchi. Oguchi gets it back again. And away the Nigerians go, out of danger and out of trouble. But it's picked up once again by the Burkina team, and there they come forward looking fluent is Cabre. Cabre still going through, and that's a trip from behind. she will be very lucky if she stays off the referee's books.
Of course, because you have seen Adeline or causing trouble on the left flank of the Nigerians, and no wonder she's gotten a foul for her side.
That's a very strong run there by that lady. We saw her earlier on. Adele Cabre, yes, she has so much upper strength, and she's trying to use it against the Nigerians. She's not been successful as yet.
But she's using it to her advantage, which is quite good.
Trying to create inroads into the heart of defense of the Nigerians. But they win a free kick for their effort. Obviously, the target will be Cabre. Belem Alimata is behind the ball. Let's see what kind of ideas they would have. Drill towards the goalkeeper and it's straight into Ingbechi's waiting arms.
That was a good kick, but obviously Ingbechi was there to keep that clean sheet that she started 2 matches now.
Nigeria have scored a total of 13 goals as against 10 by Burkina Faso. And the only similarity between these two teams is that none has conceded, not just yet. So the Nigerians will come forward. Again, it's a careful approach on the far side. Yes, Afolabi lays on a pass. It looks good. Burkina gets a foot in there in the tackle, and then eventually they clear. Afolabi picks it up, trying to find the captain Oluchi, a bit too strong on that occasion.
I guess Nigeria have made their match. This is a match that they will play, and then of course we'll say they have really played in a tournament that they have had a match to match them, because for now Nigeria hasn't having it easy at all. They are still struggling to penetrate to see how if they can even get a first goal, but Burkina Faso is proving too tough for them to make an incursion.
Nigeria won their first match against Niger by 7-0, and Burkina Faso managed to pick up a 2-0 victory at the expense of Togo. Those were the first round of matches, and then Burkina had a date with Niger. They beat them by 8-0. The Nigerians managed to put 6 behind the Togolese.
So that means Burkina went up against Niger, against Nigeria 7, they went 8. And then Nigeria also beating Togo 6, they also managed a 2-0 from there.
Ding-dong battle in terms of goal-scoring abilities and opportunities as the Nigerians control the midfield now, and they would come forward through Esther. Esther brings it to the right-hand side of the attack. Bello sends it all the way back. This time is a long searching ball. Again, good defending by Burkina. It's picked up by Afolabi. And again, as the fight for the flank advantage, the Nigerians have it. It's a cross towards the face of goal, straight into the net. Nigeria are on target. First goal of the afternoon, and it's the top goal scorer, Esther Opeyemi Ajakaye.
Great anticipation, great liking, great football, and then great goal. The confidence level from where she picked it from, did the runs, was solo passing, and she runs through herself. Look at the control, and then the side, the in. Oh, that is a wonderful goal by all standard. Just a solo move by Esther, showing that she is indeed the top scorer of this tournament. She does it so easily, as if I don't know how to describe this lady, Esther Ajakai Opeyemi.
1 goal to the good in this game. Nigeria 1, Burkina Faso 0. And that's the tonic the Nigerians needed to get the upper hand in this game. Afolabi picks it up in midfield and sends it all the way back. And again, after getting this goal, the Nigerians expectantly will not be in a rush to go forward. Afolabi controlling the midfield to the best of her ability, diminutive in stature, but she's got a very big heart.
Nigeria have settled well in the game, and they're making progress, as you see their captain or giving in a throw, and then you can just say that Nigeria has already settled. They are relaxed and playing this match at their own pace. They are dictating pace now.
And they're coming forward, looking comfortable and confident as they do so. Took her eye off the ball for a second, and it gives Burkina the advantage to pick up the pieces. Nicely done by Linda. Linda pushes it forward, but it doesn't go too far. The Nigerians are at it once again. Good ball control in the middle, but then it's taken away from Afolabi. Good flow of action in this game, as the last group match in Group B. And the agenda is to see who tops the table eventually, and who finishes in second place. Don't forget, these two teams have qualified to the next stage of the competition. It's drilled in nicely. It's a very long one. Controlled, and an opportunity for a drive, but the Nigerian goes down. Looks like a very unfair challenge it was.
That was an upper kick there on the Nigerian.
Burkina were looking at going for it, and there, she took a kick in the shin. And that's the captain, Oluchi Uhaigbulem. Oluchi is up on her feet. Game will continue. And again, she's one of the resourceful players the Nigerians have. You realize that she comes from defense and almost always joins the attack with a lot of fluidity. And that's what the Nigerians have, that every team that will play against them should be careful of.
They are well organized. You can't just take it out from the Nigerians. They are always well organized. And don't forget, they have been in big tournaments when it comes to the World Cup, and then you cannot take it away from them. You might not be seeing some of the World Cup players in this match as well, because they still fall under the age of 20. So they have the experience in which they are using against the Burkinabes.
Nigeria 1, Burkina Faso 0. That's the scoreline here at the Baba Yara Stadium, WAFU Zone B Under 20 Girls Cup. Prior to this game, it was the Nigerians who topped the group, and followed closely by Burkina Faso, Togo, and Niger. They are playing the last qualifying game, but they're on their way home. There's the head coach of the Black Princesses, I should say, Coach Basigi, flanked there by Anita Redu Minta and a few of the officials of Team Ghana. They need to watch this game and watch this game closely, Nafisa.
Of course, the technical team are there. Yusuf Bazigi is there. Joe Nana Adakwa, the assistant coach, is sitting there. Yeah. Anita is also in there. And Coach Raymond Fanny, who is also part of the technical team, are closely monitoring these two teams, whichever comes our way.
It's a long throw, but Tuhai Gulem was there to get it. And there she is once again. Clears it nicely. Burkina Faso trying to get close to their opponents. That ball has been kicked out into touch. Is going to be a throw-in. Danielle with the ball. Ghana seems to be in a safe haven in terms of qualification to the next stage of the competition. Benin follow closely. The Ivorians have lost 2 games, and they obviously will be saying goodbye to us. Ingbechi on full alert. The corner kick is on. It's swung in nicely. Ingbechi comes out. She misses it completely. And there's a cleared out. Mistimed by the goalkeeper. And the Nigerians pick up the pieces as they come forward. That's a good run by Osigwe. Afolabi waits for it and the flanks, and she goes along with them. Osigwe once again. Ohai Gulem. Yes, Afolabi now tries to get a pass through to the flank, but it's been sorted out nicely by Florentine. Burkina Faso seem to be defending very well, but they're giving the Nigerians a lot of space to initiate attacks.
That that's why I'm saying that they are defending deeply into their half. They need to open up and then make sure, because you've already considered a goal, and then you need to come out to make sure you defend very well. But if you are defending that deep, you are giving Nigeria the chance to make incursion and penetrate.
And they're coming forward with a lot of penetration there too, but on this occasion, Messi Kalu lost it completely, and Kalu goes down. Late challenge it was. Holding on to her right foot. That's Messi Kalu in action. Strong block there by the captain. Messi went in again and she was clipped, and that was a very late clip by Danielle Wedrago. She seems to be okay, and she would love to continue the game.
Of course.
So it's a free kick advantage to Burkina Faso, and as the captain Ali Mata. Good play, good skill. She keeps it to herself and then drills it into the 18-yard box, but it's been sorted out nicely by goalkeeper Ingbechi. Careful ball control as the Nigerians come forward. They're trying to use the flanks to their advantage now. Bello dispossessed, but it's picked up nicely by the Nigerians as they come forward once again. Onyene Zide cleared out nicely, but hits her own opponent. Can she get a shot on target? And the pass was a bit too strong. And Amina Bello would need faster legs to get to that. There again, you see carefully, she thread the pass through, but assistant referee 1 was right. She was miles offside. That's Bello.
Of course, if you are playing, sometimes you might not be looking at your side to know whether you fall in the trap or not, but sometimes you might get away with it. Not always. Just was too way wide that assistant referee could see it clearly under the watchful eyes.
It was a long ball drilled in, and that was the Burkina Faso player going down. Referee saw that she was closer to the spot, and she's given a free kick advantage after Nayaga went down. Free kick once again. Alimata is behind the ball. She's been effecting all the set pieces for the Burkina Faso under 20 girl side. It's a long one towards enemy territory. The Nigerians will head out, and then big boot for a clearance. Nicely headed down by Alimata, but then it goes straight to the Nigerians. Esther will pick up the pieces, and then they would come forward. Yes, Alani. Alani brings it to the near side and finds Amina. Ball nicely controlled by Esther. Messi. Good move by the Nigerians. Yes, Oguchi. Long ball looking for options. And now that's a back pass, and a very close one to the goalkeeper. Misunderstanding between Fauziatu and her captain Alimata nearly resulted in catastrophe.
I mean, there should be communication between the goalkeepers and then defenders. If you don't communicate, this is what happens when there's no communication at the defense level. This time around, captain needs to do communication, needs to communicate with their goalkeepers and then the defenders in and around the box.
So far, so good. Burkina are down by a goal, but I think they marshal the forces quite well. They're preventing the Nigerians from getting or making those inroads that led to the first goal. And then down, and the Nigerians drill it across the face of goal. It goes to the far side, and that's the goal scorer, Esther Ajakaye. Sends it all the way to captain Uhai Gulem. And again, it's going to be a careful build-up by the Nigerians, putting their passes together, trying to run round the Burkina team. Cleared out, it went over the line, and the advantage will stay with Burkina. And there you see a worried face of Esther Onyene Zide.
Esther Onyedede was part of the Falconets who represented their country in Costa Rica. No wonder she has that kind of experience to be worried when it comes to this level of football.
One clear advantage that the countries would have, especially with options of participation in either the Africa level of the Africa Cup or the World Cup itself. Almost an opportunity to grow home-based players, as it were, and they become the future of their country's football. And clearly Esther Onyedede is one of them. Throw-in taken by Kalu. Cleared out by Oladipo to the far side. Forward movement by the Nigerians. Again, the Burkina team will be called upon to defend. And they kick the ball over the line for a welcome throw-in to the Nigerians. Fauziatu Wedrago, she's the goalkeeper for the Burkina Faso under-20 team. She's considered a goal, and that's her first goal conceded in the tournament. And the Burkina have an opportunity to... Oh! So unfortunate when it mattered most. Down she went, and that was Adele Cabre. Strong run, the Nigerians would want to respond. And ball is cleared out into touch safely by Adeline Kabore. But that was a close shave. Let's take a look at it once again. She had the better of the central defender, and there she was sprinting forward until her legs buckled down here. Adele Cabre missed opportunity.
What a solo run from her, and what a goal would have been if she had made that stride. But almost all the same, her foot disappointed her in this occasion.
So unfortunate there. Okay, now we're looking forward to getting themselves back into the game. And that was the back pass we saw earlier on. Fauziatu had to come out bravely to deal with that. Miscommunication between herself and her captain. Throw into the Nigerians, quickly effected. Careful defending by Burkina once again, and eventually it's cleared and kicked over the line. Strongly done by Lenda. Throwing once again to the Nigerians. Yes, Victoria Alani into the 18-yard box. Captain clears out nicely. Florentine gets a foot to it, and there Burkina go once again through the middle this time. The Nigerians have done their homework well, nicely defended by Chidima Ogbuchi.
Ogbuchi has that strong and then physicality to read in between and then seeing what Adele is trying to do. So she's been given two defenders to be on her, making sure she doesn't go past them.
Nigeria come forward now. Long ball looking for options up front, but there are no Nigerian shirts there. Picked up nicely by Afolabi. That's an opportunity for the Nigerians as they come bursting forward. Dealt with nicely by the central defender, Kabore Sithia. Then it's kicked away long and hard. The Nigerians would not allow Burkina to go forward. Not this time. They take hold of the midfield and then they push ladies forward.
I'm wondering, how is it the winger or the goal poacher? Esther plays from the wings and she tries to cut in, but there's no one to help her when she plays that swift passes into the box. Somebody should be ready to bounce off, because she always can do that solo run, coming in and then playing or taking defenders on like that. It's difficult for her, so they would need to read her passes through and then make sure they find themselves in the box to be scoring.
I'm sure that to a very good extent the fans here agree with you. They are enjoying the game so far, and of course they all know the pedigree of both sides because they've seen them play at least 2 matches. Both matches ended in victories for them.
Of course, if you're a fan and then you want to see good football, it doesn't matter the opponent or the opposition. You always want to come and enjoy yourself, and this is what is happening. Water break for these two sides.
Water break.
They cool down the tempest and then see how to reorganize themselves. and continue the match.
Our center referee is from Togo, Ido Kindeji. And there again we see that run by Esther.
Look at the strength, look at the intelligence, look at the way she did raise her head after the last touch. She just looked into the position, trying to give a pass, but that side foot, and then look at the techniques that she used in kicking the ball into the net. What a goal from Esther.
Well, so far, she's made it a habit to get goals for Nigeria, and it looks like the habit is becoming a norm.
She does it with ease, and then you just can't see the flaws of Esther coming out, and then I can just imagine a young chap. She was not even part of the Costa Rica team, but I guess from the under 17, she has progressed and she's doing marvelously well in this tournament.
Game will continue after the water break. Our referee Edo drops the ball, and the Burkina team pick up the pieces as they come forward. LB's long pass dealt with by the Nigerians. It's now time for the Nigerians to come forward through Bello. Good ball control by Bello. It's looking good. Lovely turn in the heart of midfield by Afolabi. And there Esther goes once again. This time she's hotly challenged by Sanu. And Burkina Faso win a throw-in for their effort. And again, there goes Esther. She's got the pace, she's got the power.
That is what I'm talking about. It's difficult for Codley to even handle Esther in that kind of, you need to get Esther 2 or more than 2 people to be on her, and then if you do that, you are doing mistake by letting the other players in around the box to take advantage. But Esther seriously is the top class player in this tournament.
She showed her class, she showed what she can do in terms of goal scoring, and also supports the build-up as and when.
She won the MVP in the first match against Niger, scoring a hat-trick. First player to score a hat-trick in this tournament was Esther Opeyemi Ajakai.
That's the name viewers to remember anytime this Nigerian team trots onto the field. They have a potent attacker in Esther Ajakai. As a throw into the Nigerians, this is affected by Oluchi Ohaigulam, the captain. We're gonna have a player going down, and that was Linda. She wins a free kick. That was a throw earlier on into the 18-yard box. Linda went in for the tackle, and then she was robbed of the ball by Nigeria's Osigwe.
Burkina having been so bad in defense, but it's just that they are defending too deeply in their half. They need to come out, and then at least keeping Nigeria up to this time with just only a goal shows that they are really doing something back there. But they need to open up. You've already conceded. You need to come up, but it's just that they are playing one top and they are playing inside their half.
40 pass by the Nigerians is picked up by Burkina as they look at running at the defense of the Nigerians. They will not give them the opportunity to do that. Nicely controlled. Brings the ball down, looks for options. And now the heat is on. Amina Bello. Good defending. Once again, the lady of the moment is Linda. Did well to get her foot to the ball. We're into the last quarter, the last 15 minutes of the first half. The Nigerians still lead by that solitary goal scored by Esther earlier on.
Of course, they have qualified, and then they are just, it's a mere formalities that these two sides are meeting, and then just to see who won. They don't want to worry up themselves, and then they are always true to the semi-finals. They are just trying their best just to maintain this score line, to get some fresh legs into it, and then see what happens on Wednesday into the semi-finals. At least that is the most important match for them as it stands, because further being the top of the game or not, is still qualified to the semis.
It's a corner kick. It's drilled in. It's a strong effort from the Nigerians. And clearly she went down and she's complaining of pain in the chest. That was a Helby. Corner kick was swung in. And look at the effort of the Nigerians. She came in strong and hard. Clashed into Helby. she's back on her feet.
She's back on the feet. Tall, lanky, reminds me of my days when I used to play in school. Lanky like that.
Okay, so we'll talk about lankiness in a bit. But it's an opportunity for Burkina as they go forward. Player brought down. It's a free kick advantage. This looks good. And I think the dangerous player the Nigerians would have to look out for is the lady in the number 15 shirt, Naomi Adele Cabre.
Cabre also was part of the scoring hat-trick also, or scoring 3 goals, as someone that you need to watch about. But talking about her, she's been the sole person on top, and she's been man-marked by 2 Nigerians with the like of Obuchi and then Oladipo there. They are not even giving her the chance to.
Drilled in by the Burkina team, looking for that opportunity and opening. It hasn't brought itself as yet. Rounded up nicely by Limata. There's an opportunity for a shot on target. Well, there was a shot, but definitely not on target. Dealt with by the Nigerians, and it will be hooked away by Victoria Lani. Finds help in Amina Bello on the near side, and that's a lofty pass. Dealt with nicely by the Nigerians. They still have it. Osigwe sets a back pass. The Nigerians are looking at drilling it in. They do, but too many greens of Burkina Faso deal with it.
Already the fresh and greens, as you are seeing, the pitch is green. You see green in the Nigerian jersey, and we see green in the Burkina base as well. So it's all fresh and green here at the Baba Yara Sports
Still
Stadium.
by Esther. Now the cross comes in from the right from Victoria Lani. Looking for an opportunity. They didn't find target with that effort. The Nigerians still coming forward. Have a player going down. She's up. She sets up the pass, and eventually referee blows the whistle before Esther could set up a drive. Still in the first half, and that was the opportunity earlier on. Clearance wasn't the best by Burkina. Captain also cleared out, hit the hand of Kalu, but dealt with. Sebastine gets ready to come on board, and she's taking off Osigwe.
Yes, so Flourish Sebastien has 1 goal to her sleeve, and then she was part of the team that went to Costa Rica 2022. So she's also bringing on experience to come and manage the game to the end of the first half.
Well, that's the tactical and technical acumen being shown there by Christopher Danjuma Musa, the head coach. Pass laid on, nicely defended by the Nigerians. Throw-in advantage to Burkina Faso, and they'll come forward slowly but surely. Referee noticed an infringement, yes, and I think it was Adele Cabre was robbed of the ball. There is a little bit of heckling.
Don't forget, she's also part of the players who have scored hat-trick here in this tournament, and she's been a thorn in the flesh of the Nigerians. But all the same, they are handling her with care so that she doesn't go past them.
Foul committed by Flourish Sebastine. She just came on a couple of seconds ago. And this time it's drilled towards goalkeeper Ngbechi. She gathers nicely. I'm not too sure whether the idea by Captain Alimata Belem was to send it over to the goalkeeper. I think she mishit it.
I guess so. Looking at it, both of them are having tall players when it comes to defending, so definitely sweeping it on a low ball, I don't think is the good incursion, but floating it up, the Burkinabes have got height.
Esther seems to have gained the upper hand, but she just couldn't go around the defender. Dealt with nicely by Burkina Faso. They get themselves out of trouble. 35 minutes played in the first half. Nigeria 1, Burkina Faso 0. It's an advantage of a free kick, a little bit of heckling on the part of Linda. Ball was cleared out solidly by Shukrat Oladipo, and there we saw the heckling.
There was pushing behind. Sebastien gets a foul for her side.
2 players go down once again, and it's going to be yet another free kick to the Nigerians. And the Burkina Faso team is also showing a lot of stubbornness, if you ask me. That foul was committed by Florentine.
Of course, they need to calm themselves down. It's already happening, and then they need to get hold of. They need to have possession over the ball. They didn't need to allow the ball to go past them, just like that.
Free kick advantage to the Nigerians. And I see Mercy Kalu behind the ball. I'm wondering if she's fancying a drive from a distance. There she is, the lady in the 19 shirt. Standing close to the ball, though, is Victoria Alani. It's Messi.
Wow.
Well, it was a miss, but the attempt was good.
What a drive.
And she's taking instructions from head coach.
So Kalu is also part of the Falconers that went to Costa Rica. So they've got a couple of experienced players there.
Yep.
I guess
Yep.
that is to the advantage, and they are using it wisely to make sure they have the edge over Burkina Faso. I think Burkina Faso hasn't been that badly at all, looking at the experience of the Nigerians and then matching them, and as at this time 1-0, I think kudos to them Burkinabes.
Yeah, kept the scoreline low. But again, kudos to the Nigerians. Like you rightly said, they're using a lot of the experience from the World Cup and putting it to very good use in terms of their advancement.
Yeah.
Ball is picked up by Ohai Gulam. Through the middle. Esther looks good on the ball. Threads it through the middle. Oh, that was the header on. Near miss there by Flourish Sebastine. She came on a couple of minutes ago, and there you know that she knows she should have done much better with that. It was an awkward header to take, though, and it looks like she's picked up a little bit of an injury in the process, but that was close.
Look at the pass. What a run. And look at the pass from oh, wonderful. They displayed it, and she was on point. She had the chip of it, but goalkeeper was right at that point, but she miskicked. Is it going to be... Was it having a touch? Is it a foul in the box?
Impeded her with her hand. Let's take a look at it again.
Okay.
Goalkeeper came out. She headed on it. See, the goalkeeper's outstretched arm or fingers, as it were, hit the face of Sebastine.
So is it a foul? Is that what is going to happen?
She's up on her feet.
Of
The
course.
advantage obviously will stay with Burkina. And it will be a goal kick.
That is the head coach of the Black Queens, Nora Optel, in your shot.
I think she's been here every day a match has been played, and she's
Of course.
watching the game, not only the Princesses game,
Closely.
but almost all the games.
Yeah. She's been all around, not for tournament basis, but even the Premier League matches, the Women's Premier League, you find her, you see her a couple of matches in around Tamale, wherever you find yourself, you see her. If only she's available, she's always on the pitch to make sure she watch her girls to get the right pick for the Black Queens.
And in most cases, when Ghana is not playing, she finds time to share a tete-a-tete with Coach Yusuf Basigi. Nigeria come forward once again. This time, flag is up.
Of course, if you're
Looking for this lady has now become top-notch, because she looks like the lady who has the magic wand for the Nigerians.
Of course, and you can't take your eyes off her. Every passes that goes to that side of the pitch, and she's making good use of it, and then you can't take her. She punishes you if you leave her with a blink.
This time Burkina Faso come forward once again. Adele Cabre lays on a pass a bit too slow in the build-up. Burkina, ball is sent behind. Not the best of shots, not the best of drives. Up forward, Oluchi Ohai Gulam would deal with it for the Nigerians. There's Esther, lays on a pass. Through the middle it comes, and it's Burkina Faso who have it. They give it back to the Nigerians. And they will come forward yet again. It's 5 minutes to half time. That's Mercy Kalu. Pass was a bit direct, a bit strong. Esther beat into it. Good recovery by the Nigerians. Sebastine once again. Yes, Esther. Good control. She drills it into the 18-yard box. A bit too long and a bit too high for Esther Ajakaye to get to it. but I love the flair and the combination.
From one Esther to another Esther, and that was a bit too high for Esther to be able to head it. It would have been the second goal of the day, but Esther couldn't get. I think she mistimed it. She could have jumped better, but I guess the height of the ball was too much for her to just let it go.
Here's Esther once again, picked up nicely in midfield by Afolabi. Nigerians not in a haste to initiate the attack, but here they come. Victoria Alani. Esther picks it up. She's the workaholic in midfield together with Afolabi. Drill to the far side. This time pass was taken on by Shukrat. Afolabi brings it back. Here's Messi Kalu. Advantage will go to Burkina Faso. The Nigerians really having a very good field day today. Trying to locate targets with long passes. On this occasion, Esther was in the offside trap already.
This time around, she was being caught in the offside trap. Esther, I guess maybe getting to the second half, she might be taken off to rest her for the other semi-final match for who is going to be. It looks now, if it stays like this, it means they are meeting Benin in the semi-final stage.
That will be another opportunity for the Nigerians to show what they're made of, playing against Benin.
The Beninois haven't been bad as well.
Yeah.
They stood up with Ghana and they made sure they beat Cote d'Ivoire by 5-2. So they are not on the lower side as we are looking at, but we might be seeing another interesting match between Nigeria and Benin should the score stays like this.
Game continues. We are getting close to the halftime break. And keeping close tabs and attention on this game is the head coach of the Black Princesses, Yusuf Basigi, together with Nana Adakwa, his assistant. Raymond Fenny is also here, but the Nigerians are coasting again for another opportunity. Fauziatu nearly spilled that, but gathered it second time of asking. Meanwhile, flag is up. Close shave, but they wouldn't take anything for a chance, the Burkina team.
Fauziatu needs to have the first grip of it. You can't anticipate this ball and they just leave it like that, because there was a Nigerian lacking and Esther was already offside as well. This is the second time she's, I don't know, Sebastian Roda, who was at that point in time thinking it was off Esther, but I think Sebastian was caught in the offside trap.
Burkina still not getting the hang of things and allowing the Nigerians to run amok at them. There's a shot on target and it's blocked nicely. The captain was in the right place at the right time, Alimata. But the Nigerians will come forward again. Here's Esther. Drills it with that left foot. Nicely done by Fauziatu. Still has a problem with dealing with catching the ball first time. But the Nigerians, it's a delight to watch. That was a drive by Esther, and Fauziatu went down very well for that. Over the line it went. It's going to be a corner kick for the Nigerians. 2 minutes of added time. 45 minutes has elapsed.
Well played, well blocked by Fauziatu.
Flourish. Brought down, and that was a very strong tackle this time from Adele Cabri. She has gone down a few times. Chance coming the way of Nigeria just before the halftime. Can they cause havoc? Fauziatu is alert. Here comes Esther. Drilled in, the header is on, and Fauziatu deals with it, but it's gone over the line. So it's going to be another corner kick. And again, she's clearly showing that she's got difficulty dealing with the ball first time. That's a long cross that was drilled in, headed down nicely. And she went up for the ball all right, but spilt it in the process. So another corner kick for the Nigerians. Let's see whether it will be positive this time. It's drilled in, but this time it's carefully cleared out. Only as far as Afolabi finds Captain Ohai Gulam to the near side, and it's Victoria Alani. Good burst by Flourish, but she's been dispossessed. And now it's Florentine who comes forward, still with Florentine. A little bit of a delay, but gathered nicely. Oh, she took her out of the ball. Adele Cabre fought for it again, and this time she's penalized for bringing down Esther. Look at the skill. But Esther had to gather nicely, came back for it. And that's the end of the first half. Our referee for this afternoon's occasion, Edo Kindeji. I think she's had a very good time in the first 45 minutes. Lots of action we've seen from end to end. But at the end of it, the day, it is Nigeria's golden lady, Esther Opeyemi Ajakaye, who has registered a goal for the Nigerians. End of the first 45 minutes here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and it's Nigeria leading Burkina Faso by 1-0.
Afei na twere ensem a ese moni duana ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu. Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefo bia nya enida so se ne yale befire ne so. Wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo medimafo heba clinic. Oyalefo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho. Gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi. Abubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie. Stroke, diabetes, pressure ne yale enkan ne nyina aye entatia case. Wasiesie na yale sabia ho kama. Doctor se fakakra bi beje wayalesa wo Kumase abuakwa agogo. Oyalefo bia kaise udimafo ye medimafo heba clinic. Dr. Time Naso.
So me sorry anopa enam se me din nafa lady clean siesie me hunti no eni chi a me de sorry efrim pam eya sonko adwuma mu so me to make it come me ho eya adwuma yie sane yese enam se me de nafa lady clean eni siesie me ho so me po adwuma Kika or the befie edem. Me stretch your cry, and nam send the Nafa Lady Clean, and they see me home. Nafa Lady Clean, a feminine hygiene washer, a poor SSC or bar, what he fee, or mra won't think of one idea. Nafa Lady Clean.
Feel confident with Nafa Lady.
This advert has been vetted and approved by.
Hey, catch it, don't boss you. I don't want anything to go wrong on my baby's day. Yeah, in fact, what's the minimum?
Hey, banana.
If it hey, I'm already wearing a pad. Can I relax? No, my day is ruined, you guys. You don't understand.
Take this. Everyone is talking about it. It has a super soft cotton feel.
I've lived and need, but not you, my daughter. This is Reflow sanitary pads. They are heavy pads, have 4 wings to prevent leakages.
Once the Reflow Senkai, it's up to 10 hours of absorbency. The diapers are what JJ uses.
And no one am a debua uniano manu na a strong cry.
See.
Everybody knows Acrobato. And if you know Acrobato, it means you know M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. Sister, please, you, let him talk to you. Who will be careful M-Punch one?
Chesenami and Kasami Pro, necessary problems room.
Intina ma wo ho idea ma me papa patches na nya asem ketewa. Na me kwan point no mo hwe me modem no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro a me fae no ene ma won kra mienu hofro kwa na mkwan mu a eba. Ti ene je de abafie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante. Ene ne ko end point o mama no nura ene ne ho eden a watimi asori anante.
That's end point for you.
Of Akrabato.
Hello.
Hey, ohwehwe what che.
Okay.
A free bra wo di end point wa dance. A me ko ye no. Me Johnson sema na enkoyie. En paso na ma ye mre nyina ene magina sebema. Na me ni fie for de. E ho na nyina jaresa.
You heard everything. I have secret. End point is my secret. End point homeopathic clinic. I'm free.
Gainike. Yede nchia stronko free Iona Pharmacy mamunyina. Yede Gainike syrup aba. Gainike eboa eyi afichikro emu haw ahodo te se afichikro a emayi de etutusi basabasa ene afichikro mu yaw ahodo no nyina efiri hokra. Gainike boa ema atenka akofem no san peja ne mu yie pa. Gainike boa yema menomu a wanya menopause. Eho haw ahodo te se ohonam a ehyehyew na eyira wo no abufuo atete ene de atete saa no nyina. Gainike brena sekra edrei enkoda oni mfie edumienu entumi mfabi obenya bi e wo pharmacy license chemical shop ana herbal shop a eben mu pendodo atu a frɛ Iona Pharmacy. Gainike ebeye wo de FDA ahwehwe adwadie nkratoe mu agye atum se eye.
Welcome back at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, where Nigeria has taken the commanding lead by 1-0 against Burkina Faso. My name is Nafisa Fatal, and I'll be doing this with Aninta Reduminta, assistant coach of the Black Princesses. At least their interest lies here because you might be meeting any of these two teams. Anita, welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your first impression about Nigeria and Burkina Faso?
Well, I think both teams are playing really well. They are just relaxed because virtually they've both qualified, so they are just taking it easy and they are playing very well.
Okay, looking at the composure of Nigerians, they have the experience side compared to Burkina Faso. But what Burkina Faso have brought on the paper, looking at the two sides, what do you make of Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso is equally a very good side. You can see that they also have a sort of tactical play that they brought into this game. And like I said from the beginning, they are both qualified, so they are not really in a rush. So they are keeping their composure and looking on to maybe pounce on Nigeria when the chance comes. Yeah.
So Nigeria is trying to take a chance, but they've been reluctant when you look at it. Both of them having conceded till this match that Burkina have conceded 1 goal out of the 10 goals that they have scored. Mm-hmm. Nigeria has 14 goals and unanswered goal, as I could say. Is it because Nigeria defense hasn't been tested, or they are too organized and well poised that you can't break their defense?
I think they are organized. It's a bit of the two. They are organized, and like I said, Burkina came in with a plan, and because they have both qualified, they are not really in a rush for the goals. They are just looking out for a chance behind the defenders of Nigeria. But when you look at how they play, I see that they are well composed in their own half. Nigeria is also looking at finding the loopholes behind them. And, it brings out sort of the great game and composure both teams have. And Nigeria is on top because, as you know, they have the experience as compared to Burkina. But, both teams are playing really, really, really well. Yeah.
Looking at the other side, at the Pajo Sports Stadium, Togo is leading Niger by 1-0. What do you make of that teams as well?
We watched Togo. Togo is also a very good side. Niger, I say they have improved game after game. It's a good scoreline. Looking at their first 2 games, they conceded massively. But with this particular one, having conceded, yes, but the margin is lower as compared to the 2 matches. So I think they have done well. And now Togo is just looking for the superiority, since both of them are really out of the competition.
Okay. Talking about this particular player, Esther Opeyeme Ajekai, what do you make of that goal that she scored?
She's a very good player. She has a lot of vision, and I think that she's a player to watch.
She's a player to watch. Looking at it, I just look at it, and she wasn't part of the Nigerian team that went to Costa Rica. So she's just new in the team and taking a commanding in the Nigerian setup. Is it not something that we are looking for? It's a talent that everyone is looking for. But for her to show up this way, how do you make of such player when it comes to tournaments like this?
It tells me that she has been really received by the much experienced players who went to Costa Rica. They've given her a room to showcase what she also has for the Nigerian side. So you can see teamwork, and that is a good sign in a team.
She's a thorn in the flesh. Looking at the Burkinabe too, we have Adele also in there. She's been doing very well, but it seems always she's been sandwiched by Bello and then Odemi in the back defense. You can see the number 15 jersey that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She makes all the runs, solo runs, but always her final delivery, there's no one to help. What should Burkina do in the second half to make sure, at least, if not for anything, they can even equalize, or should they settle for just one goal, or should they concede more?
Well, at this stage, I think they are just trying to conserve their energy, not to do so much, because there's really, apart from getting the top spot on the table, they have really done the job. So with a little support, if really they want to top the table, that is what she needs. That's all, the support.
So I will put you in the tight corner now. If the goals or the scoreline stays like this, it means Ghana will be meeting Burkina Faso. How are we going to manage with the Burkina Faso? Because they seems a bit, with the word, stubborn when it comes to their defense. Ghana has started sluggish. Are we able to face Burkina Faso when it comes to the semi-finals?
I have so much confidence. The technical team has so much confidence in the girls. And we believe no matter who comes before us, we shall conquer them. We are the Black Princesses.
You will conquer?
Yes.
Per what you are saying, yesterday, the Princesses won by 3-1.
Yes.
But the performance, people were not really happy about the chances wasted on the field of play. Should you miss Burkina Faso wasting this kind of opportunity, what does it tell?
Well, what I can say to the fans is that they should just relax. On Wednesday, let them just come to the stadium and then see how we bang in the goals. That's all.
Already we are banging in goals.
Yes, more goals.
More goals.
Yes.
So are we going to see more than 3 goals? Because if you are saying more goals, we scored 3 in the first leg, second is also 3. So are we going to see more than 4 goals against Burkina?
Our priority is to move from stage to stage.
Okay.
So once we get the 3 points, then we can consider putting in more goals.
Okay.
But as far as it comes, we shall not let them go.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's coming. Now your final prediction or final lineup, score lineup?
I believe that if not the same 1-0, we can be looking at a 1-1 draw.
Okay,
Yes.
Anita is predicting a draw or a 1-1 draw here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I'll be handing over to Prince Annan in commentary position for the next 45 minutes or till the 90 minutes. We'll
Getting ready
see
for
who wins
the
or
second half of the match. It's been a very entertaining game between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. And we're only hoping against all hope that we would have a couple of more goals to celebrate and to cheer about. But we're just about getting ready for the second 45 minutes. Thank you very much for staying with us. This action is coming to you live from the Baba Yara Stadium. It's the WAFU Zone B Under 20 Girls Cup, Ghana 2023. The Nigerians looking good in the first 45. They would want to continue in the second half. That's the goal scorer, Esther Ajakaye. Looking comfortable. And center referee, Ido from Togo, will usher us into the second 45 minutes any moment from now. This time it is the Burkina Faso team who will be kicking off. They'll be playing from left to right. The Nigerians are defending the scoreboard end of the field. And clearly you can tell what's going on in her mind. We need to get back into the game. She keeps telling herself, how are we going to do that? That's a million Ghana cedi question. But time will definitely tell if indeed Burkina Faso can get back into the game. All stations are ready. Center referee is ready. The players are ready. Here we go. Second 45 minutes. And let's see whether Burkina Faso would get a goal. Let's see whether the Nigerians will buckle down. First throw-in of the second half, and it will go to Burkina Faso. Trying to put early pressure on the Nigerians. See if that will work. Afolabi gets her head to it, brought down nicely by Sebastine. Ohai Gulam, the captain, she gives the ball away, and it's a careful build-up by the Burkina Faso team as they go for Adele Cabre. Nothing comes out of that, but they still have a lot more opportunities. She delayed on the ball a second too late. It's taken away by Esther. On the near side, it says Sebastine. Sebastine lays the ball down nicely. The Nigerians are looking good as they come forward. Can they claim an opportunity? Bello. All for her effort, she gets a corner kick. And that's a strong run by Bello. Hotly challenged by Dinah Kabore. And over the line it will go. So first corner kick of the second half. And it's Fauziatu who has a lot of defending to do at this stage. Mercy Kalu has gone to help with the defensive duties as the corner kick comes in. Nigeria still looking good, but it looks like the flag is up. Yeah, she has a smile on her face. She lost her flag momentarily, but gained it professionally. Back in her hand, game will continue. Burkina Faso will have a lot of defending to do. Yes, Kalu. Ball has been taken away from her. Advantage will go the opposite direction, says referee Ido. Free kick to Burkina Faso. It's a long ball in. Nigeria will stand resolute in defense, and this time they will come out all guns blazing. That's Shukurat. Nigeria looking good. Here's Esther finding ladies in opening spaces as they go forward. Oluchi, the captain, and ball has been taken away from her. It's now the turn of Burkina Faso to come forward, and forward they will. Adele lays on a pass to the near side. Looking good now is Helby. The Nigerians regather in defense. Nice work done by Afolabi. She's got a very big heart and a very small body. Captain recovers, and then not too sure whether it was a sign of retaliation, but she gets the better of Helby. Throwing to Burkina. Traore with the throw. And then booted out. That's a long drive. Captain. Safety first. Ali Matabelim. She clears out. She's been one of the forceful players for Burkina Faso this afternoon. Clearance by Burkina doesn't go too far. The Nigerians have the advantage. Here's Sebastine. Coming forward strongly, she's bundled off the ball by Sanu. Down Sebastine went. Free kick advantage to the Nigerians, and that was the earlier clearance handball situation, but it was waved play on, and Sebastine took to her feet, took to her heels as she went through, and look at the body check. Nicely done by Sanu, but incurred the displeasure of the center referee. Free kick advantage. And we'll be letting you in on what's happening at the Joe Park. Don't forget, it's Togo and Niger who are sorting things out. We have a free kick advantage here. We can tell you that at halftime, it was Azi Mevis 1 goal that separates Togo from their opponents, Niger. 18th minute goal, and Togo lead by 1-0. Now here's a free kick advantage. Let's see whether the Nigerians can take advantage of this. Behind the ball is Esther. She's been doing a lot of the free kicks. She drills it over the wall. A bit too far and a bit too strong.
A bit too far, a bit too strong for Esther. It reminds me of the first goal of our normal captain. Stella Nyameche had a free kick from there, and how she smuggled that ball into the net was something that I can't forget about Esther or Stella Nyameche in Ghana's match against Benin in the first match. But Esther tried the hands to replicate what Stella did, but it went way wide.
Goal kick to Burkina Faso. Long kick in by Alimata Belem. Sebastine fights for it and gets it. Now she turns and going forward. She's brought down. Again, is that lady Latifatu Sanu. It's the second foul she's committed in 2 minutes. Sebastine up on her feet. And she seems to have brought in a lot of energy, Sebastine, since she came on earlier on in the first half.
Of course, she's got that experience. Looking at where she has gone into the falconet, you can't take that experience away from her. And then it has been too physical for Nigeria and Burkina Faso match today.
Free kick not the best by the Nigerians, and Kalu will allow that to roll over the line. Throw-in advantage it will be. Oluchi with the throw. This time Burkina Faso, they try as much as possible to keep it in play. They failed. Good turn by Oluchi. This time the ball goes out. Both captains in today's game are wearing the number 12 jersey. I'm not too sure whether it will play any significant role, but both have also shown that they are very good players. Headed down by Sebastine. It's picked up by Sanu. Yes, Esther sets up a lovely pass. They should be hit directly on target. Over the top it goes. Oh, this was so unfortunate. She was looking for the second goal of the afternoon. Pass laid on by Esther to Esther. And then it was clipped over the top. Again, he had to take the intervention of Alima to Belim.
First good control, first good touch with a break and then a strike. And what a block from the Burkinabes. They defended it so well.
Corner kick is drilled in. Only as far as Oguchi, as she got her header off target, giving the advantage to Burkina Faso. She goes all the way back to take her position. She's been one of the solid defenders the Nigerians have relied on. And once again, it's Belem, the captain. Kicks out solidly. Header is down. It comes to the near side. Burkina Faso looks up to Danielle. Danielle beats one. She sends in the drive, but straight into the midsection of the Nigerian opponent, and she's down in some amount of pain.
Ouch. What a kick into the abdomen. And women, we know how it feels like when a ball is being kicked directly into your abdomen. Is that painful? And I hope She will be back on her face. Wow. Oh,
that must hurt.
That
must hurt.
A wicked, should I say,
Afolabi will go off and receive some attention momentarily. Again, she's one of the pivots for the Nigerians in this game. So, Nora Hoptel, watching the game closely. We have a few other dignitaries in the VIP box as well.
I see Dr. Ernest Cranton in there, closely monitoring the match.
Exactly. And during the halftime break, for those who are still with us, we had the opportunity of having a quick chit-chat with Anita Reduminta. And I'm sure that a lot of lessons are being learned by the Black Princesses from this game. But clearly, Nafisa, what a lot of Ghanaian-loving women football fans would want to see as a Ghana-Nigeria tie.
Of course, this was what I forecast when the teams line up in Ghana. As soon as I saw the teams, I was like, obviously, once we are not in the same group, meaning we are going to be meeting either in the semi-finals or the finals, to be precise. And it looks as if it's going to be a done deal when it comes to, because obviously from the score line, it's Ghana meeting Burkina Faso, and obviously Nigeria will be meeting Benin if the scoreline stays like this. So automatically, we might be seeing these two teams in the finals, unless miracles Burkina Faso pulls that upset on Ghana.
It's a corner kick to the Nigerians, and it's Esther behind the ball, sent a left-footed kick in, and it's cleared out nicely by Bellem, the captain. Can I call her one man thousand or one woman thousand?
One woman thousand.
She's here, she's there, she's everywhere.
She's all over the pitch, as you can see Adele also.
Long kick this time. It's not dealt with. Afolabi goes down. Nobody capitalizes on that, and it's Fauziatu who picks it up nicely and safely.
I can understand why the Nigerians do not want to float the ball in when it comes to corner kick, because if you look at the height of the Burkinabe defense, they are equally taller than the Nigerians, and they want to keep it down. It will be better for them, but floating it in, you give advantage to the Burkinabe defense. That's me.
Yep.
That's me when I was my heydays, tall and lanky like that.
56 minutes gone. Nigeria still lead by 1-0. But Nafisa, I was just about to say that it's been a class act, especially for the Ghana Football Association, insisting on nationalizing, as it were, women football. We have a very vibrant women's Premier League, Southern Zone, Northern Zone. Nora Hoptel, together with the likes of Yusuf Basigi and co, went all round with a selection of quality players, not only for the senior national women's team, the Black Queens, but for the Black Princesses as well. And we're looking for a positive development in this regard. Not necessarily winning the WAFU competition, although a host and win won't be bad, but it also gives clearly our coaches the kind of opportunities that avail to women football when it comes to especially selection of players. Don't forget, we also have some professionals based outside the country, so it's going to make selection a very tall order. The Burkina Bay team living dangerously and nearly paying for it. They had to take the quick reflexes of goalkeeper Fauzatu Wedrago to come out. That's the captain in action. She tried to play safe. The Nigerian player went down, and she's looking for the support again. That's the back pass, and it's the second time she's given the back pass to the goalkeeper at such short notice. Ball is floated in. Esther misses completely. Burkina Faso have an opportunity to clear their lines. Oh, and Messi goes down. That was a tackle, and a very late one from Adele Cabri. Apologizes for that.
Adele has been instrumental in the Burkinabe defense and attacking pro as well. And anytime she finds herself in a good position, it's difficult to find someone to help her in that regards. And she's always found wanting. She goes, she gets tired, and then she withdraws back.
Good to see Shukrat Oladipo up on her feet as Messi takes the free kick. It's quite a long one and a powerful one at that, into the 18-yard box. Cleared out by Belem, the captain. Cleared out nicely. Brought down, and they give the ball back to the Nigerians. So the Nigerians will say thank you very much and come forward. Here's Afolabi to the near side. Sebastian. And it's the captain, Ohai Gulam, who sends it through. Esther, not too sure what kind of attacking style that was, but her back was rather facing the ball as it came to her.
Esther has been everywhere when it comes in and around the box. She's always available at any given time. But this goalkeeper, Fatumatu, has been causing a howler, or as I could say, she's not been reading the ball very well. She just come out anytime and she's trying to cause a mess. She should be very careful not to concede another goal, because it wouldn't be good for the defenders to be trying.
Nigeria pick up the pieces, shot on target, bullet and a rifle of a shot into the top of the net. Esther Ajakaye again.
Having a brace is all that she needed. She has worked for it. What a great build-up, what a pass through, what an attack, first control, and then a bullet into the net. Esther has made it brace, and this is her 5th goal in the tournament.
Look at the speed with which she latched onto the ball. She left all the defenders trailing.
Look at the first control, look at the pass to her. She bumps into it, look at the control, runs past them, and then a bullet for the first time.
Well, there was nothing Fauziatu Ouedraogo could do about that. Nigeria zoom into a 2-goal lead, and she is the heroine of the moment. Good ball control by Afolabi. Nigerians are going forward again. Then good control from Esther. Captain Ohai Gulam comes in to help, but Burkina Faso will defend. Safety first. Latifa to Sanu sends it over the line for a throw-in.
Of course, if you look at the way Esther plays in around the box, anytime the ball is coming into the room, she drives it, or she drifts wide to the left hand, giving a space for whoever runs through. But if you are not careful and then she reaches through the ball and then she gets the first touch, it's difficult for you to defend.
And it's
Esther.
going to be a caution. It has been a caution for Linda of Burkina. And there, that late tackle there completely robbed Esther of the ball unfairly. And the center referee was right there on the spot. And Edo has shown the yellow card to Linda Kietaga.
Kietaga taking the first yellow card for today's match between Nigeria and Burkina Faso. Another free kick on a good position for Nigeria to make it 3.
Afolabi is behind the ball. Alani is also behind the ball. Esther, who's been taking all the free kicks, fancies her chances with that left foot. And Afolabi, she's in the number 6 jersey. She walks away, not too sure why, and that's the reason why their captain is in some amount of pain.
Really can't tell what really happened to her.
Yeah, probably an off-the-ball incident, but to Ohai Gulam, she will be back on her feet. Yes, she nods her head. She gives the green light.
She has to walk out. As a FIFA rule or CAF rules, she has to go and then be signaled to come back onto the pitch.
Meanwhile, it's a free kick advantage to Nigeria. And the trio behind the ball come back to take their positions. Fauzatu says, I'm ready. Esther leaves it. Afolabi with a back flip. Nigeria missed the opportunity as it's cleared by Burkina Faso. They won't give up, not just yet. Here's Messi Kalu. Shukra with that big ball in. The second half, a little bit of the tweak in the technical setup of the Nigerians. Shukrat has been coming forward quite a bit. Good turn. Afolabi drifting to the left. Sets up the pass. The Nigerians still having good ball control. Oh! And Sebastien is brought down again.
Of course, sometimes if you have a good player and a skillful player like that, you don't allow much space on Sebastien. You have no chance to foul her around the corner, because that space is good for fouling, not in around the box that you could cause penalty.
That was a push there from Sanu. Very lucky she didn't go into the referee's box. But Sebastien is up on her feet. And it's an opportunity for the Nigerians again to drill in one of those free kicks of theirs. There's Afolabi. It goes in again. Fauzatu was dispossessed, but she does well, grabbing it second time of asking.
Her second timing is always good, but her first judgment is something that she has to work on, because she normally comes out and there's always no communication between her and her defenders. She has to be wary of that, and then I guess the goalkeeper's coach or trainer will have to really work on Fatima too. No doubt she's a good goalkeeper, but these mistakes or petty mistakes will let her down.
Fans are loving every bit of it. The action is here at the Baba Yara Stadium, as Burkina Faso will have to ensure that Helby goes off, receives attention, and then comes back onto the field. So far so good. The Nigerians are still leading by 2-0. 65 minutes gone. Burkina can't take the advantage. But this is a forceful run from Adele Cabre. She goes down in the process. Referee says play on. The Nigerians would have it. Afolabi will pick up the pieces as they come forward. This looks good for the Nigerians, and look at the space they have as they come forward. Sebastien lays on a pass, finds Captain Oluchi. Shukrat. Nigeria looking comfortable at this stage with 66 minutes played. And Burkina Faso will be wondering, how do we get back into the game? Here's Oluchi. Sebastien sets up the pass, but a bit too strong for Afolabi to get to. And again, talking about that technical switch that head coach Christopher Danjuma Musa has done. Again, we are seeing a lot of in-play and inflow by Afolabi, where hitherto in the first half she was kept behind the center line.
Of course, when you have qualified into the semi-finals, you need to try other players in other positions to at least manage the game to finish, so that in case you have any incident, you will know how to go about it. So no wonder in the second half, Afolabi is doing quite well and he's been dominating.
So Daniel Wadrego is out and Teres is on. Nigerians nearly pay for that faulty pass, but quick reflexes from Shukrat. She seems to be the silent assassin for the Nigerians in defense. Oluchi heads out, doesn't go too far. Nigeria still lead Burkina Faso by 2-0. And that's Lady Therese, the lady who just came on. So the Nigerians, here they go once again. Kalu, Afolabi, Oluchi, Sebastien. Control by the Nigerians have been perfect, but Burkina Faso have done well to close their ranks. Good pass by Afolabi, quick turn. The Nigerians still have it. There are options on the left. Oluchi still has it. Goes through two players, but then lays a faulty pass. Picked up by Burkina Faso, who also give it away. Thankfully, they reclaim. And that's a forceful effort from Sebastien. Referee blows a whistle she thought that was unfair.
I guess that was a fair tackle from Sebastian. I don't know or what really happened. The referee has to call her attention to that. But it was a fruitful one. Was it impeded? No. It looked the same.
Maybe charged Sebastian for a little bit of a push in the back. Burkina Faso looking good at this stage, twisting and turning. Helby can't go too far. Folabi gets a foot in there, lays on the pass to Esther. Esther gathers nicely, and she now darts forward. Sanu goes with her. Esther goes round Sanu, brought down. Free kick advantage to the Nigerians.
Nigerians have a couple of free kicks, and then they are not making, I think, a good use of it because they have had so many in and around the box that at least they could have made something out of it, but anytime it's been blocked or it's been blown away.
Fauzia too would have to redirect her wall. She's not been that solid when it comes to the set pieces. It's Messi Kalu when it goes wide. She had wanted to do the twist and add a little bit of bend to it. She failed in that regard.
I guess they need to take an advice from Stella Nyamiche when it comes to free kick duties.
Yeah, well, I think that they would have to learn a lot from each other. As Burkina Faso, Nigerians will not allow them an inch to move forward. Gathered nicely by Shukrat Ladipo as the Nigerians come forward once again. Here's Esther. Drill to the near side. It looks good. Brought down nicely by Sebastian. She pushed it on a bit too far.
Hey, Charlie, I told you. No more. No wrong get that goalkeeper.
3.
That was the pass earlier on. And look at the ball being nicely controlled by Sebastina. That you realize that she pushed it on a bit too far. Flourish, Sebastine. Water break now, but of course the Nigerians looking good. Esther with that first goal. Notice that Fauziatu had stepped off her line, buried it firmly behind her for goal number 1 for the Nigerians. And of course this put the tonic in their game as they continued and came forward slowly but surely. Again, she latched onto this with cheeky ease and blasted to the top corner of the net for goal number 2. The Nigerians looking good. And in a bit, we'll be telling you what's happening at the Pa Jo Stadium, where the other group match is ongoing between Togo and Niger. But with 72 minutes gone, Nigeria in a comfortable 2-0 lead. That's good enough for them. Water break is over. We get back to business as we continue with the game, inching close to the end of the match. And Nigeria looks clearly like topping the table. This man looks very, very content. Christopher Danjuma Musa, the head coach of the Nigerian team. Fauziatu, it's just unfortunate she's on the losing side this afternoon. But she's shown some rich skill. Her only difficulty is to handle the ball first time of asking. Good ball control by Sebastine. Afolabi. Oluchi. Ball has been taken away from her. It comes back to Afolabi. The Nigerians looking comfortable. Kalu. Esther. Burkina Faso have it. Pick up the pieces now across the center line. It's looking good. A trip from behind. That was not done on purpose, but it looks like the captain, Oluchi, will go into the referee's box. There you have it.
The captain has gone into the books already. As we know, Adele has been a thorn in the Nigeria defense, and then she has been the woman of the match when it comes to the Burkinabe side. No wonder she was being fouled, because she was dangerously moving towards goal.
So Oluchi Ohaigbulem goes into the referee's box. And a quick update from the Pa Jo Stadium. It's Togo who are in a comfortable 3-0 lead, a 3-0 lead over their Nigerian opponents. Tatiana Kayaba on target. Ajofi Zutepe was also on target, and then Azimevi getting the third goal for the Togolese. Both teams are out, Nafisa, but of course the Togolese would want to go out with some pride.
Pride, of course. As I said, they were part of the CAF Champions League, the AFCON last season in Morocco, and I was expecting them to do better, not knowing they left that whisker for Burkina Faso to take that semi-final slot. So I'm not wondering. Third place in the group stage isn't not bad. At least getting the goals out of them is better off than them going without a single goal, as the Nigerians have done.
Been a very tough game. Prior to this game, both teams had not conceded, and they were the free-flowing, all-scoring sides. It's picked up nicely by Shukrat. With ease, I might add, as the Nigerians come forward. Now there's a sprint for the ball on the far side. The Nigerians are looking good with the sprint. Bello sends in the cross, and Fauziatu again. Difficulty in dealing with that first ball.
I wonder what is wrong with her, because this is not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third. It has been happening numerous of times, and then they need to. Already they are down, so of course if she's been shipping in much more goals, it wouldn't be so. I guess the Ghanaians will be taking note of this, because this has been her trademark in this match as well.
Sebastine through the middle, is picked up by Mercy. She's almost always looking for an opportunity to send those bullet shots across. Yes, Esther. Mercy waits in the middle. It's still Esther. Nigeria looking good, and then eventually the cross comes. Fauziatu goes forward again, and this time she deals with it first time. Well, obviously she has a lot to learn.
Of course, coming up from the youthful stage, I don't know the quality of their under 17, but graduating to here, or if it's going to be her first tournament or is her first competition, then she needs to learn more from that. Sometimes it's their first time they are coming into such tournaments, so we might pardon her and see. But for Burkina Faso to come as this far, then it means she has something good to offer, but she has to have a good timing when it comes to goalkeeping.
Well, let's hope that a lot of things would be picked up in terms of the technical steady group, where we have our own Messi, Tego Kwaku, in charge of affairs. Of course, we all need to support the countries in women football, grow it to appreciable levels and standards. Nigeria have almost always been the pace setters when it comes to this. 77 minutes gone. Long throw over the line, it goes again, and Burkina Faso will still push ladies forward. Another of those long throws from Kabori, rooted out by Messi. Folabi gets underneath that, and her headed pass finds Sebastine. Sebastine has two players in front of her. She's almost always overcrowded when she gets the ball. Burkina knowing how dangerous she is. To the near side it comes. Here's Oluchi. Drills it into the 18-yard box. And Burkina Faso will defend.
Of course, Fatimatu has been found limping, whether it's intentional or she's strong to continue.
Long ball in. Good recovery by the Nigerian. Not giving up, are they? into the last 12 minutes of the match. Nigeria still lead by 2.
Of course, Nigeria still lead by 2. Kind courtesy Esther Opeyemi Ajakai, who is the top goal scorer of the tournament at the moment. She's looking all good and dangerously in the attack of the Nigerians.
Carefully done by Burkina Faso in terms of defending, but they have a player down. Just after clearing the ball out of danger zone, she went down in pain.
What a good run from the bench of the
The fans are loving everything.
Of course.
The lady is being taken off. And I'm sure it's the strong lady herself, Kabore Sithia. She's complaining of her back. Down she goes. So here's what happened. Yeah, she went, covered that ball very well. She mastered the clearance, but immediately she did that, there she went down.
Was a kind of a muscle pull. She overstretched in kicking that ball.
Let's hope that she comes back. Burkina Faso momentarily will play 10 against 11, but the Nigerians will take advantage through the middle, and it's cleared out nicely. But the Nigerians will not give up, not just yet. Esther Oluchi finds Esther once again. Good defending. And this time is the young lady who came on, Salamatu, doing the defending for Burkina Faso.
Of course, when you look at the Burkina base, they are that tall, so they always in blocking. You might not see them getting there, but once they stretch, their legs are that long to get to the ball anytime and block it beautifully to safety when it comes to the defense.
Into the 18-yard box it goes. Opportunity for the Nigerians. Miss header. Oluchi tries her opportunity, but it took a block. The captain is claiming innocence, and I think the referee agrees with her. But take a look at it once again. That was an awkward bounce. Failed attempt at the header there from Sebastine, so she brought the ball back. Oluchi tried to drive through it. Took a ricochet off one of the Nigerian players.
Sebastine, it went off Sebastine, bounced off Sebastine again.
So into the last 9 minutes of the game. Comfortable 2-0 advantage for the Nigerians, which means that they will be table toppers in Group B. Good ball control through the middle. Can Sebastine get to it? She has it, but she leaves a trailing foot and pushed it on a bit too far. Burkina Faso trying to prevent the corner kick. Did she succeed? I don't think so. Corner kick to Nigeria. And again, that was the effort from Kabore to clear out her lines. And the ball did cross the line before she connected. Goal kick is the result from the corner kick, as Nigeria's captain Oluchi goes all the way back to defend, and it's the Burkina captain Belem who gets the long ball through. Good ball control. But you see, the Nigerians are giving the ball away too easily, and I'm sure that is where they may be punished by Burkina Faso. They come forward again. What a strong challenge there from Belem, the captain. She may be on the losing side, but I think she's one of the valuable players we've seen here today.
Of course, you can't take that one away from her because she has played a vital role in her team today. But looking at the Burkina Faso, as you can say, they have been defending too deeply. So anytime they get the ball, it's too difficult for them to get their way through because the Nigerians are comfortable, they are leading, they are relaxed. So anytime they have about 2-3 defenders waiting for that pass that could come through. And then it has been Adele who has been the arrowhead there. So she's always been sandwiched by the likes of Obetri, and then there's nothing she can do that much. So Burkina Faso have been living dangerously, but it's just up to them to defend for the next 7 minutes, and the extra minutes, and then at least 2-0 isn't bad for them.
The next stage of the competition, which is the semi-final stage, obviously we'll see tougher matches than what we have seen now. Group A has tough opponents. Group B also have tougher opponents. So which means that it's not going to be easy walkovers in the two semi-finals.
Of course, if you look at the likes of Benin and Ghana in Group A.
Sebastian goes round her marker and then she's tripped. But the flag was already up on the far side, so it will count to nothing.
Oh,
yes, I know Sebastian. She looks very, very worried. Missed opportunity.
She was disappointed. She was thinking, of course, obviously, it's a penalty for me. And then there goes the flag, flagging her to be an offside. But as you said, two teams, two groups, every team has got advantage and then disadvantage when you look at it. Okay, so Nigerians are bringing on comfort. The captain's band has been handed over to Victoria Alani as Oluchi Ohaigbulen takes a bow. Of course, Oluchi has paid her dues to the team, contributing to it, making sure they have sealed the victory. Now she's going out to rest for the semi-finals against Benin on Wednesday. Tough semi-final it would be. Sebastian can't get to the ball. Benin will definitely not be mere pushovers. We can tell you that. Obviously, as some teams gradually progress into it, Afolabi. Esther brings the ball down, it's picked up nicely. Nigerians are looking forward at spreading the game. Esther will do just that. To the far side it goes. To the lady who just came on, Comfort. Here's Messi. Ghana beat Benin by 3-0. Benin beat Ivory Coast by 5-2. And it's Benin who will be getting themselves ready to face Nigeria in one of the semi-finals. That will be mouth-watering. Mouth-watering indeed, and then this is how it's going to be, because looking at Group A, they have played 2 matches compared to Group B that have played 3 matches in a row. So looking at the playing time for this, it means Group B have advantage to shape up, and then they have that edge to face anyone that comes from Group B. But as you say, sometimes you rest much more, you have much more energy to face any opponent that comes your way. Nigeria. So I guess Nigeria will have a better view, or on paper, clearly on paper, you might see Nigeria being the force, but you can't underrate Benin as well. Ball picked up by Afolabi, but then she gives it away. Nicely done. The Nigerians are looking good at coming forward. Yes, Bello. Bello still with the ball. Sebastian waits for it and gets it. Sebastian over the top. Oh, wonderful skill. Easy does it. And all the hard work eventually pays off. Sebastian Flourish gets her name on the score sheet. Of course, an experienced Flourish from the World Cup in Costa Rica came on as a substitute, and really she has put her name on the score sheet. This takes her to the second goal of the tournament. It has been a wonderful day for Flourish as she took over the captain's band. She has shown that quality and the leadership of her. Look at the pass, look at where she was, look at the first touch, the ball control, and chip it over. Oh, that is a brilliant, what a goal for Sebastian. Did not have any answer to that. Flourish Sebastian gets the 3rd goal of the afternoon with 2 minutes to spare. One goal today, 3 goals in total for Flourish. She definitely is living up to her name. She's flourishing. Of course, flourishing Sebastian. An experienced player as well. You can't take it. When she came out as a substitute, she has been played a vital role from the wings, pushing through, trying to make that rounds, that passes, clearing and defending as well. But this time around, she has put her name on the score sheet, taking her tally to 3 goals in the tournament that she has been playing.
Nigeria trying to push forward. And can confirm for you that Taiwo Tewogbola Afolabi, she will be picking up the most valuable player award for today's game. Played quite well, Afolabi. She's been supporting the attack as she comes forward. Sebastien this time to the far side. Burkina read that very well, but then they give the ball away. Nigerians are looking good. Can they turn it on? Cross comes forward this time. It lands on top of the net. No problems at all for goalkeeper Fauziatu Wedrago. Looking for Esther in that regard, but she was dispossessed. And then she took off. She's got two players around her. Her effort landed on top of the goal post. Another substitution there for the Nigerians. Chioma Olise is coming to take the place of Esther Onyenezide. And again, like you rightly said, Nafisa, Coach Christopher Danjuma Musa is being careful. He's resting the key players, looking for an outburst in the semi-final against the Beninois.
I guess he left it too late. Maybe at the early start of the second half, she should have rested more of the players. But getting to 85th minutes, it means the person has already played almost 90 minutes of the time. Good call, great goals for Nigeria. They lead their group, and then 3 out of 3, they are there. Still yet to concede a goal from Nigeria.
So the stadium announcer announcing the MVP, and the fans are happy with the choice. Afolabi has worked hard and she deserves the MVP award for today. 2 minutes of add-on time. We have done 90 minutes. Nicely drilled pass by Bello through the middle. The Nigerians are looking good. Their options as they come forward. And the Nigerians will come forward. Picked up by MVP Afolabi. To captain on the near side, Alani. Afolabi once again. And the Nigerians can afford some flexibility and fluidity as they play among themselves. Controlled nicely by Sebastien, drawing rings around Burkina. This looks good. Sebastien, ball comes behind her, but she picks it up nicely. And the Nigerians, they are not in a haste. We have done the 2 minutes of add-on time, and it's up to center referee Edo as she blows her whistle. 90 minutes plus 2 minutes of add-on time, and the Nigerians have cemented their position at the top of the table in Group B. 3 matches played, 3 wins. They're looking good. They haven't conceded a goal yet in the competition, the Nigerians, and it shows how clever they have been in their matches. Congratulations to the young under-20 team of Nigeria. Rest time for them. Better luck next time to Burkina Faso. They may be down, they may be out, but definitely not disgraced. At the end of 90 minutes here at the Baba Yara Stadium, Nigeria 3, Burkina Faso 0.
Everybody knows Acrobato. And if you know Acrobato, it means you know M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. As an international journalist and actor, my health is my priority. M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic is my pillar in terms of my health. Let's hear what others are saying about M-Punch Homeopathic Clinic. Sister, please, you, let him talk to you. Who will be careful M-Punch one?
Just an Amian Casami problem, let's say problems room. Intina ma wo ho idea ma me papa che se na nya asem ketewa na me kwan point no mo hwe me modem no mo hwe bibia na so mo meduro a me fae no ene ma won kra mienu hofro kwa na mkwan mu a eba ti ane je dia ba fie pa.
You heard everything yourself.
Me ma me no adwodwo eda ho a wontumi nante ene ne ko end point o mama nuru a ene ne ho eden a watimi asori anante.
That's end point for you.
Of Acrobato.
Hello.
Hey, Oshisho what che?
Okay.
A free bra with the end point what dance. I'm a choir no. me just say my name koye and pass on my name nyina and imagine sabema na me be fear for there e ho ade nyina jaresa.
You heard everything. I have secret. Endpoint is my secret. Endpoint homeopathic clinic. I'm free.
Hey, catch it. I don't want anything to go wrong on my baby's day. Yeah, in fact, what shamani munyam pa. Shamami ko washu brawati.
Hey, subhanallah. If it hey, Nene,
I'm already wearing a pad. Can I relax? No, my day is ruined, you guys. You don't understand.
Take this.
Everyone is talking about it. It has a super soft cotton feel.
I've lived and need, but not you, my daughter. This is Reflow sanitary pad. Their heavy pads have 4 wings to prevent leakages.
Once the Reflow Senkai, it's up to 10 hours of absorbency. The diapers are what JJ uses.
And one I'm a debua uniano manu na a strong cra. See,
Gainike. Yɛde nkyia soronko firi Iona Pharmacy mamu nyinaa. Yɛde Gainike syrup aba. Gainike ɛboa eyi afichikro emu haw ahodoɔ te sɛ afichikro a ɛma yie deɛ ɛtutusi basabasa ɛne afichikro mu yaw ahodoɔ no nyinaa efiri hɔ koraa. Gainike boa ɛma atenka akɔfam no san pagya ne mu yie paa. Gainike boa yɛma menomu a wanya menopause. Ɛho haw ahodoɔ te sɛ honam a ɛhyehyew na ɛyerayerawo no abufuo atete ɛne deɛ tete saa no nyinaa. Gainike brena se kraa. Adrei enkoda a oni mfie edumienu entumi mfa bi. Ubenya bi ɛwɔ pharmacy, licensed chemical shop ana herbal shop a ɛbɛn mu. Pendodo atu a frɛ Iona Pharmacy. Gainike ɛbɛyɛ wo de. FDA ahwehwɛ adwadie nkratoe mu agye atum sɛ ɛyɛ.
Onyanko kwacha doctor chadibi.
Afei na twere ensem a ese monyi dua na ba mfa na haban ensa yale na abamu. Dr. Tam da so ama oyalefuo bia nya anidaso se ne yale befire ne so. Wo ebra wode nani akyerem wo medimafo heba clinic. Oyalefuo ba ho na ohye na ebra empa ho. Gise de wawuo ana wasie no nko na ontumi. Abubuafo enante anifrafo esna panie. Stroke, diabetes, pressure ne yale enkan ni nyina aye entetia case. Wasiesie na yale sabia ho kama. Doctor se fakakra bi beje wayalesa wo Kumase abuakwa agogo. Oyalefo bia kaise udimafo ye medimafo heba clinic. Dr. Time Daso.
Hi there, my name is Mutala Yakubu. I love sports and I know you do too, so I bring you the latest updates from the world of sports. Remember, it is the Sports Daily, Monday to Friday at 2 p.m. live here on the biggest sports station in Ghana, that is Max TV. It is snappy, very entertaining and informative. Max TV, sports, entertainment and more.
It's all over here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium where Nigeria beat Burkina Faso by 3-0. Elsewhere in Pajo, Togo also beat Niger by 3-0. So at least Ghana knows the opponents in the semi-final. So Benin also know their opponents. Ghana will be meeting Burkina Faso as Nigeria will be taking on Benin in the semi-final setup on Wednesday. I have here assistant coach Anita to delve into this match. Now we know our opponents. What next from here?
Well, like I said in the halftime break, any of them that comes, we are ready. So now that we've seen the actual opponents that we are playing on Wednesday, we'll just strategize and come and meet them, come and beat them, that's all.
Did Benin leave it Togo leave it too late at the end, beating Niger by 3 goals? Was there a surprising scoreline? Or
No. for Togo, it wasn't really a surprising scoreline. I would say again, Niger has really done well. They've reduced the margin match after match, so I think it's good, and it's good experience for them. Togo will also take away a few pointers to improve upon their team for any next edition.
So Niger came in not even a single goal, but also drank in many goals as they could take away. Nigeria has been a giant in this tournament. They haven't conceded. Waiting, who will be the first team to make or cause that blinder in the Nigerian defense? Do you think any opponent is yet to do that? Can Benin do that when they meet them in the semi-finals?
Yeah, I believe Benin can do that. Benin has really shown a lot of surprises. We watched the game against Côte d'Ivoire. They sat back, they thought it was all over. But when Côte d'Ivoire came up against them, they showed them that they had more in them. So I wouldn't be surprised that it's going to be a cagey match between the two. But I believe that Nigeria will also live on their experience and their superiority. But it's football. Anything is possible.
Okay, so anything is possible. That is what assistant coach is saying. We have had enough of football here. Since last week till now, Ghana has done it to the semi-finals, host and semi-finals at the moment. Nigeria is true. Benin is true. Nigeria is true, and then the last but not the least, that is Burkina Faso. So these are the 4 teams that have gone to the semi-finals. So this is how it's shaping up. Wednesday, we have more match to bring you, and the 2 semi-finalists will be playing here in the afternoon and then late in the evening to see who qualifies to the finals. It has been a wonderful football here at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. It's the WAFU Zone B U-20 girls in Ghana 2023. It has been a fantastic day for us all. It's been me, Nafisa Fatah. It's a bye from all of us from Kumasi.